Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and it's Monday afternoon. We're chilling live on YouTube and Twitch, and we're going to talk about all the new stuff coming out this week. Yes, we have Dark Bahamut. We're going to look at that a little bit, but we also have some 140s coming to global, and we have some +6 gear arriving as well. So let's look at all of that and see what we're getting this week. First of all, Dark Bahamut. Let's look at the vision card first. It's a really good one. It's light and dark element, two of the most common played elements in the game, and it's slash attack up, acquired AP up, AoE resist up. The slash attack plus AoE resist really seems good for PvP. Acquired AP is super good for like certain PvE situations, but in general, as like a third thing, like if you're gonna have a third leg on your date, that's a good third leg to have. I suppose I'd just frame it like that. Then you get even more AoE resist and attack as a unit effect. It's got defense, spirit, attack, AP, and HP on the stat pool. It's a very good vision card, but in my opinion, the better part of it is the Esper. It's a 19 agility Esper, which that by itself makes it worth having. Then it has a nice attack stat, and the skill tree is really good. You get initial AP 7, which again doesn't seem like much, but there are some PvE situations where initial AP 7 is the difference between you having another multi-hit chaining attack ready or being, 3 or 4 AP short and having to find some weird gear that's not perfect. It's actually really, really nice. And it goes into attack nodes. The best part about this Dark Bahamut Esper is how generically good it is for physical damage units. You have attack % up nodes, you have accuracy into critical damage, and you have human killer. Every single physical DPS in the game would love to have those stats. That's what makes it special. It also has some slash attack on it, and if you want to go the defensive stuff, you have missile resist over here, magic resist over here. Very, very powerful, top tier Esper in the game in my opinion. Boom. Okay, let's keep rolling. Next up, Resnick. She's getting her 140. This is already a top tier support in War of the Visions. Her dream ability upgrade is missile resist 10%, magic resist 10%, critical evasion 10, and then teachings of heavy thunder gets upgraded. Overall, just these right here, I mean, it makes her a little bit tankier, but I don't love the dream ability upgrades. Let's look at the skill. Maybe that'll just change my mind altogether. The skill was, and I gotta read it again because it's always weird on their JP sites. Teachings of Heavy Thunder. What is that actually called on over here? It's probably Lightning Hard Teachings. Do you get it? It goes from like Heavy Thunder to Lightning Hard. I don't know. Apparently JP to English is really difficult to translate. Here's what this skill becomes. Okay, in its original day, this skill was lightning attack 30 for an ally, with debuff resist 30 and activation time down. It's a single target friendly buff. Alright, that's pretty cool. It got upgraded to then also have single target resist 25 on it, and then the activation time was still there, whatever. But hey, 25 single target resist, that's cool. What does it get now? Well, the AP consumption down 20. That's a new thing added to this. Everything else is the same. Yes, everything else looks the same. So it's just getting AP consumption 20 added to it right there. This buff does a ton of things. If you have like a carry that you want to do a little bit more damage, it's good for them. If you have a tank, single target resist is a nice thing for them to have. It's a strong buff. Overall, Resnick was in just a fine spot. I don't think her dream enhancement is like super great, but if you're using her, you could keep using her. She's gonna get better. So she's still fine. Okay, next up, Yerba. Speaking of somebody who was not fine in the first place, that would be this girl right here. She's catching 25% more missile resist. I mean, that's a thing. And she's catching 10 more AoE resist. So she's becoming tankier. And then Great Tomahawk, the skill is getting upgraded. Let's see if this is really worth talking about. So, Great Tomahawk is her job level 25 ability. Breaks physical barriers, increase defense penetration 50, but just for this attack. Then also increases slash attack pin 50 for this attack. Still, it's only 165% modifier attack. Yes, it will probably crit. It will restore some AP. And for one turn, she'll have 30 AoE resist. Like, in my opinion, here's what they should have done. Like, this is a great move. It's a fine move. But they should have made this, like, it should have okay, here's how you fix Yerma with one swing. You make this for 3 turns, you make this for 3 turns, you increase the range by 2, you make this a 200% modifier, it restores AP, that's actually still fine, and then make this a 3-turn buff as well. Like, just make all this stick for 3 turns. Make this hit hard, still break barriers, and then you have a usable wind DPS unit. As she stands now, Yerma still sucks. Like, she's still just bad. I do like the missile resist, I guess, if you're, like, really just leaning in to some kind of, like, missile resist build for her. If you go look at her stats, let's see here. I'm not used to use on this one. She can be built for missile resist. Like, she comes in with 10%, so you really got to stack it. If you get the Dream upgrade on there, it's 35, but it's not something game-changing like 65. I don't know. I still don't think they did Yerma justice. The Yerma fans out there, if they still exist, well, I'm sorry about that. Okay, next up is Ollie. Now, Ollie's a really cool looking spear ninja unit, right? Here's what she's getting. Critical rate 15. Okay, initial AP 13. I really like where this is leaning if you're trying to use her in some kind of like scoring content. And then active leap, the skill gets upgraded. Keep in mind, her master ability 2 is great. Like attack 25, agility 10 was real nice. So these are good additions to that. Now, active leap, the skill that gets upgraded. Let's go look at that. Here it is. Previously, she would jump 165% damage, hit in the cross-shaped AoE, and restore 10 AP when she crits. Now, she will jump, hit in the cross-shaped AoE, same amount of damage, and she'll restore 15 AP when critting, and it's 6 AP cheaper. So a net gain of what? 6 plus 5 of 11 AP every time she uses this move? That's cool, but like, again, what are they worried about? Were they just worried they were going to make her too strong or something? Like, why not give her an insane amount of buffs? Why not just hook her up? I still don't know what Ollie's like spot is. Just again, give her more love than that. I'm just not a huge fan of that one. Now, Durando. Okay, an Earth unit, 50 cost. That's nice. Keep in mind, Ollie is a 65 cost. Like, she's supposed to be premium tier MR. I just don't know that she is. Durando is 50. 15 less. That's important. His master ability 2 was really good. He got 45% HP, right? Instead of 25, 45. He got critical rate 15, which he already had, and he had defense pin 20. He will get 40% more HP. 40% more, and then Annihilation Spirit gets an upgrade. Let's look at his stats real quick. What does that 40% more HP look like? In fact, let's go to the builder real quick and look at it in there. So we're going to go to Dream Stat Details. I'm never great at doing this. He's at level 140. Okay. I don't need to add dream stats to him. I don't want to add dream stats to him because you're not going to reincarnate this dude. But if you take him to 140, his HP is 6882. If he was only level 120, and I know the screen like bugs out on this, so I don't go to it very much, he's only at 5530. And if you take him down to level 99, he's only at 3620. So this dude has got monstrous increases in his HP at essentially every tier that you level him to. 6882 HP makes him a pretty thick dude, which fits in nicely to, again, what Earth is trying to do. Now, let me retranslate this page, if I can, real quick, and we'll go look at his skill upgrade. So, okay, translate Annihilation Spirit. What does this skill upgrade look like? Here it is. This move is a single target buff just for him. It does a lot of things. So increase defense by 10 for 3 turns. Decrease evasion rate. So he's not dodging anything. Increases agility by 20 for 3 turns. Increases max HP by another 40 for 3 turns. Increases attack by 40% for 3 turns. 40 defense pin and 200% chance for physical damage up by 20%. Guys, look, there's steroids, and then there's taking a gigantic needle and jamming it into your, like, thigh muscle and just slapping those steroids in. That's this buff. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of buff right here that you give to a unit when you're like, nobody uses this guy, he sucks. Let's just give him everything he wants. Nice. I love this. I could see myself using Durando in some like cost limited situations with like, what's his HP gonna be at? Like 9k after this buff, like pre-geared vision cards. You're gonna see like 12, 13,000 HP Durandos running around if he's built. Is he slow? Yes. This does give him 20% more agility, but like, yeah, okay, he's slow. Whatever. He's an MR50 cost unit with a bunch of stats. Okay. let's go on. I'm done drooling over Durando. That's his upgrades. If you want to use them, use them. I'm probably 140ing this guy. I'm just saying. He's got slashing, punching, shooting. Cool. Mariluke. Okay, another unit that wasn't in the greatest spot in the world. She got agility. So, okay, for her master ability 2, she already had crit damage agility. She got her group buff. She got critical hit rate and HP. With her 140, she's getting defense penetration, acquired AP up, and kinky shooting method is getting buffed. Okay, let's go look at what that's going to be. So, kinky shooting method, that's this one right here. This is a group buff, increases strike attack for allies, increases defense pin by 50 for self. It now also gives her protect to herself and allies. So she has the ability to grant protect to her team. That's pretty good. I overall think this buff is pretty decent for her. Does it make her like next level good? No, she's a really weird unit. She's a super weird unit. Do you want to know why she's super weird? Look at her entire page of skills in her main job. Notice something right here. This one does damage. This is an AP move, right? TP move, TP move, TP move, TP move, TP move, TP move, TP move. She has one damage dealing ability in her main kit, and it's her cheap one. One. That's crazy. Now, if you run her monk sub job, she does have the, ignore floating line-based AoE and the 100% hitter. She can run knight for some of that. But, like, she's a striking unit with 3 strike moves, and you have to run her in her monk sub job to get it. What is this girl? So she's crazy. She's still going to be Mariluke. She is who she is. There's some fans of her. Good luck to them. Okay, Miche. Let's look at Miche right here. Now, Miche is getting 15% magic, 15 AoE resist. I love when they give a bunch of AoE resist to these, like, all-rarity units in the hopes that they don't get blown up by the first diamond-shaped move that King Bradley does. And then Abyss Swamp is getting upgraded. So let's go look at Abyss Swamp. It's right here. It's going to be Swamp of Mabuchi on this page. So this is a long-range, small AoE move, 185% modifier. Note that it's colorless. Right, so it's not fire-based. It's 100% hit chance, and it decreases CT by 50 for the target. The upgrade here is that it now is 185% modifier instead of 141. That's pretty good. This is a great move. I think most people who play Miche like to try to toad people with him in like manual. He can bio people, give them poison. This is cool. I do like this. The CT down is nice for PvP. I don't know that a ton of people are going to start using this guy now, but as a cost 30 unit, he is incredibly cheap. Incredibly cheap. So that's our transcendences. That's our 140s coming to the game. We're also getting some +6s. I really like the Staff of the Stormlord +6 because they just didn't mess around with this one. The magic didn't go up much. It went from 160 to 176, but this was a spirit penetration staff. The spirit penetration just went from 20 to 30. They just gave it 10 more. They didn't give it some like other weird thing. They just said, hey, people only run this when they want spirit pin. Here's more spirit pin. I'm down with that. That's pretty cool. Then Mage's Habit. Okay, so Mage's Habit, this is a piece of gear not a lot of people ran. I think the defense version was the best one. You had 361 and 16. It's now 397 and 18 defense, so not a huge upgrade there. What it picked up was 7% strike resist. So previously it had 8% slash already. Now it gets a little strike. Like, is this a good enough upgrade to make this a piece of gear that you see a lot? No. It's still a good piece of gear though, and if you're running it before, you could +6 it now for, just some MR materials, and there you go. If it's one of your best pieces of gear, it's a little bit better. I'm not overly impressed with that one. Then Saitan. So this is a magic sword, or I'm sorry, not a sword, it's a magic katana. The magic version went from 188 all the way up to 226. That's a lot of magic on a sword, so I do like that. The slash attack 15 stayed the same. It is now 10 crit rate. You can see the crit rate is what it gained, so that's pretty nice. I really do like the upgrade to the Saitan. It just does its job better now. It's meant to go do a lot of damage. It will now do more damage than it did previously. boom, there we go. That's what we're getting this week for War of the Visions. So guys, thank you for watching. If you're pulling for Dark Bahamut, good luck. I will be live on Wednesday doing some pulls. I don't know how deep I go. Like, I don't think I'm willing to pity him, but I will pull some, trade in some coins for shards. I'll probably end up having to go to pity though, especially since I smell a guild raids coming up before too long. I'd really like to have this Esper Vision card ready for that. So tune in on Wednesday if you want to watch a pain and suffering video potentially as I go to pity Dark Bahamut. Okay, thank you for watching everybody. I hope you have a great day and I'll catch you next time. Peace.